All right. Hey guys, my name is James Thornton, and we're at the Thornton family homestead. I'm just gonna kind of try and walk over and go over some things of what's going on with the water situation, so that people could be made more aware of what's going on. And I do have a guy who's gonna come with an excavator in a week or so, but the problem is more like how do we find the leak? How much time is it going to take to find the leak, and the materials to fix the leak? But this is about the water situation. Okay, so presently we do like our life kind of. I'm trying to use my finger here. Maybe I could rotate it. There. We do our life in that trailer. That's where the girls do homeschooling, and we cook and we do all that stuff. We were staying in that cabin, which is cabin 2, but we're now going to be staying in upstairs, but there's a lot of finishing that needs to be done in there, including water issues. Okay, so this hose right here, which is connected to the back of the house over here, garden hoses, guys. Okay, they're garden hoses. These garden hoses are how we fix how we supply water to the trailers. And the garden hose is coming in on a garden hose also. Okay, I have over 1,000 feet of garden hose, and so one of these I use to fill the tank in the travel trailer, and the other one is run permanently to cabin 2. If I ever want to have guests in cabin 2 in the wintertime, I'm going to have to fix the water situation here so that it's not running above ground, but that it's running below ground. Okay, and what I do know is that when I try to pressurize the system and fill the system up, that the water comes all the way down to the flats. I have about 2 or 3 acres of flatland. So this is where the water comes. This is where the garden hose is coming in. Notice that I have it on, and that I have the diverter for underline closed because that has a leak in it. So I'm using garden hoses. Okay. It will pressurize down here, but the problem is, it doesn't pressurize down here. What happens is that there's enough volume in the lines from up on the hill, because it's way back there that we have our well. The volume in the lines puts enough pressure down here that we can have water down here. However, at the wellhead, it doesn't pressurize. It just stays on, and that would burn up the pump. When I have it run to the garden hoses, it pressurizes and it turns off. Okay, I'm gonna take a ride and show you what I'm talking about. I'm getting in the car, taking you with me. Okay, so this is how far it is. Like that, it's faster for me to make a short video to drive up the hill than it is to walk. So there's from the cabins, which aren't important right now. They're not priority, but the house is priority because we're moving into the house as we're restoring it, refurbishing it, I guess is how you say it. Okay, so I'm unable to get water out of that spigot, and as you can see, I have turkeys, so there's something going on with that. And that hose that was coming out of the back of the house comes out this way, and it follows the yard right there, and I kind of stay on this side of the road the whole time so that it's not in the road. But I wonder if you can see the hose. Do you see the hose? It's right. The hose is right here. I'll pinch it. It's right there. The hose is between my fingers, right in there. Okay. So, but that hose, that's not going to work for the winter because it's above ground. So that's going to freeze. You got to be at least like, I think 18 to 24 inches down here to get out of the frost. Okay, still going up the hill, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill, up the hill. Okay, there's a tent spot right there, and there's no water getting to that tent spot. And also, there's a bathhouse right here, and there's no water getting to the bathhouse. And up here, there's about 12 different RV spots. Now, when I turn the water on up here, what happens is I'll get a slow trickle out of this side, and I'll get a little bit better trickle over here. But I don't get full on pressure, okay? I'll get just a little bit of water. Okay, I have a small family living here, the Walkers. They're wonderful, and they've come to help, and we're grateful. We're actually gonna turn this place into a kind of a ministry where people come and get like revived or revitalized from, you know, doing city ministry work, just so they can come up here and get away from it all. So I'm gonna walk you over to the well house. So that's not a short ride, okay? Now, if you look here, there's the garden hose that's 1,000 feet long, okay? This right here, this is the garden hose that's 1,000 feet long, and it goes all the way down the hill, okay? We just came from down there, about 1,000 feet back. These guys, that's their on-off valve right there to go back here. However, because of erosion, it's gone too far down, and it's not going to suffice. We're going to have to build up this bank, and then also we're going to have to build like a box here so that it can stay warm, so that the hose lines won't freeze, because this is where the water comes into the house, okay? And that's where their water normally goes in, but we've disconnected it because they went to Michigan to vote, because they're from Michigan and they haven't switched everything over yet. But there's another thing. We should bury the power line to the water, because that's the power line to the water. So much to do. This is the well house, okay? So, with the well house, which we have heated, which is stopping it from freezing in here. As you can see, there's a heater right there. I'm sorry, I don't always look at the screen. We got filters and everything. But again, as you can see, it's all garden hoses. If you look right there, that's the diverter to make it run, all the lines run underground. That diverter is off, because if I turn it on, what happens is this just stays on. I don't know if you can see that gauge or not, but that gauge is showing pressurized. That's because this is off and it's running through garden hoses. However, that's going to freeze and it won't last, okay? I need to turn this off so that it's not through garden hoses. And then I got to make a new filtration coming off of this pipes in here. I really need a second pressure tank for how much water we're doing. And then also, I need to be able to turn this on. But when I turn that on, watch, I'll show you. Watch when I turn this on. Immediately, the pressure goes away. And it just makes the pump run and run and run and run, which is no good. All right, guys, so that's my issue right now. I'm just letting you in on what's happening so you can know. It's going to take like a day or something to upload this video. But thank you for all your help and support. Yeah, thank you for all your help and support. We're grateful. We love it here. We kind of knew what we were getting into. I make jewelry out of pine cones, and I love what I do. And I love to visit with all the beautiful people and do what I do when I'm at music festivals, and it really kind of feels like a wild James in his natural environment. And so I miss you guys, and I hope festival season comes back once this weird 2020 year is over. But as you can see, there is a little issue going on with COVID and me not making sales, and also our water. Everyone who's donated, thank you, and everyone who shared, thank you. And I love all of you, and I hope that you would consider sharing for our cause. I'm sorry if this video is too long. I hope that you watch it till the end, because Yeah. Thank you. Bye.